Thank you for all the questions that you guys asked us on Instagram. I'm going to do my best to answer them and give you a better insight to what this whole world of Cloud9 Griptape is all about. Carson asks, what was your first ever grip design? The first ever grip design that we ever came out with was just the die cut. Just the little cloud cut up into the Griptape. Outside of that, the first graphical thing that we ever came out with was just the word Cloud9 on the grip, and I had a stencil made and I would trace it and then color it in. And in my head, I'm like, man, nobody in their right mind is gonna buy it. But since it was new, it just kind of worked out that way to where somebody was like, oh man, that's kind of cool. And it was different, so people were hyped on it. All right. Frankie asks, what is your favorite video part / skater? That's a hard question to really want to answer because there's such a diversity of skateboarding both on the internet and just in real life. So for me to really hone in on one specific part or skater, I'd really just say anyone who's out there skating and putting their love and heart into it, those are the people that inspire me. The ones who do it for fun, the ones who are constantly progressing and pushing themselves to get that next level. Those are the people that really are my favorite at the end of the day. Kenny asked, what's your favorite skateboard deck? Currently I've been riding primitive boards a lot lately. I have the Shane O'Neill gold foil board, and before that I had the P-Rod X Nixon collab board. That one was really cool. They don't really make my size, but I've been trying to diversify myself and step out and try something new. And so I've been riding primitive a lot lately and pretty happy on it. So that's my favorite board currently. Stella asks, what's your best-selling grip design? I would say overall the best-selling grip that we've ever released is the die-cut grip. It's been the longest SKU that we've had since we started, so that's definitely the one that's up there. I would say the second to that one was the hoverboard one that we came out with. That one just went crazy. But overall, the OG original die-cut grip tape that we came out with just the cloud missing. Ooh, hanging on. You ready? Louis Skates asks, who is on the Cloud9 team, and will you guys ever make a video? Right now, the team consists of Nick from Michigan, Savannah, who's from the East Coast and transplanted to the West Coast, Mariah, who's living in New Mexico, Brianna, who's in Canada, Billy, who's a local kid, Ray is also a local kid from Lansing. We got Gio, who's from Houston, living up here too. So right now, that's the whole team. And as far as the video goes, it would be amazing to put something out and just kind of showcase what other skaters are really capable of doing. One thing that we're really focusing heavily on is bringing more females into the skate world, or at least exposing them from a different standpoint and showing them that we really care about them and we want to help them grow, because everyone wins in that situation. They're able to skate and continue doing what they love, and we're able to get our name out there, and we just want to spread that at the end of the day. It's just help other people do what they really love, which allows us to do what we really love, and I think that's the greatest thing. A video though, I mean, that would be a dream come true. So if we make one, we'll let you know, definitely. So awesome question. James asked, when did you start Cloud9? Cloud9 officially started about 3 years ago. It's been a long time coming, but officially 2013. Justin or Joustin said, how'd y'all come up with the name Cloud9 Griptape? The name really, in the purest form, came from the song Wide Awake. I was driving to work at 4 o'clock in the morning. I used to work at Starbucks. And it's kind of funny. The song is like wide awake, but I'm super duper tired driving to work, and the song comes on and I'm listening to it, and all I literally heard in that song was Cloud 9. And I'm like, that's it. And I got to work that day, and I was so tired that I accidentally knocked over somebody's coffee as I was in the drive-thru about to hand it out. And one of the ladies I was working with was like, get your head out of the clouds, Kyle. And I was like, this is like, it was like that moment mixed with that moment coming together where I was like, this is it. This is the name. And I'll never forget. I went home that day and I was just like looking up fonts and everything like that. I spent hours, and I was like, what am I even doing? Like, I didn't know where this was going. I didn't know what I was even going to do, but I was like, Cloud9, that's what it's going to be. What it was at that point, I didn't know, but I knew that's what it was going to be. Dan asks, what made you guys want to help the Down syndrome learn how to skate? When I was working at Starbucks, one of my regulars that would come through almost every single day, her daughter actually has Down syndrome, and they're a part of the local nonprofit, the Down Syndrome Association of Northwest Indiana. And they had approached me about doing an event where it was both of us together, and we would teach the kids with Down syndrome how to skate. Kids who have Down syndrome don't have the normal balance that you and I would have. And so by being put in a situation where they have to learn how to balance, or at least in a position where they're trying to adapt their balance, it helps them. And I think outside of that, it was just a very humbling experience to be in a position where you can meet kids and hang out with them and see that they're just like you and I. And at the end of the day, I think that was the greatest feeling ever, and it filled my heart with joy. And seeing them smiling ear to ear, I'm like, man, this is so cool. And we're hoping that we can do that again this year. And yeah, it was just the coolest thing ever. Ruben asked, what's your favorite shoe? Nike SB. Anything Nike SB. Ruben also wanted to know, what is my favorite city? And I've been to a lot of cities, but I will say nothing beats home. Chicago is my favorite city, hands down. Gio asks, if you could make a trip anywhere, where would you go? As far as where I would go, I would probably say Australia. Go down under and see what the skate scene is like there. I mean, obviously there's a plethora of talent that comes out of Australia, so I can only imagine what it's actually like as far as being there and skating and experiencing what their life is like before they make the transplant here to America. So definitely Australia. Royal Skate Shop and Apparel asked, Cloud9 store ? Eventually. I definitely want to do a pop-up store and try it out and see, if people are feeling it and feeling the hype. Overall, right now at this stage at where we're at, probably not anytime soon, but one day. Damien asked, do you guys sponsor? We do currently sponsor. We accept all forms of VHS tapes. Please send them to Zach asked, when did you start this amazing company and what sparked the creation of it? Well, it officially started 3 years ago. As far as the spark goes, it was first off hearing the song, because I came up with a name from it, and secondly, it was like, what can I do with this? Obviously, I knew it had to be something with skateboarding, and I needed to figure out kind of my segue of where I was going to take this. Griptape art and Griptape in general, it just seemed like the best way to get it out there. And I mean, if you see the way that it started, it was just like, you would laugh. So as far as getting it out there and pushing it had to be Griptape, just because it was the most affordable thing that I could get my hands on, and it was the thing that I understood the most at that point. What are you talking about? Cole asks, why the name Cloud9? Well, the song, where the name originated from, talks about somebody losing their happiness. They're falling from the highest point of happiness. And my goal was to try to bring it back to its original form, what Cloud9 actually means. And it's the highest form of happiness, euphoria, the best feeling ever. Well, I'm sure you understand this, but the average person outside of skateboarding would not understand this. But when I'm skateboarding, that's the happiest I am. Like, nothing can bring that down. And that's really why the name stuck to me so much. Was just because what I correlated to skateboarding was, when I'm there, I'm happy. Skate happy, you know? So that's really why I loved it so much. Bro asks, what's your favorite dipping sauce? Currently, I've been on a barbecue sauce kick, but bar none, hands down, my favorite is ketchup, always. Ready? Zach asked, how long does it take, on average, to get a shooter grip made from the first thought to the time it's in your hands? Awesome question. It actually takes a lot longer than one would think, because it's literally it's my girlfriend Sarah and myself coming up with ideas and throwing them back and forth, and then from the idea standpoint, then we make the mock-ups and we print them out and we look at them and we say, oh, will this be cool? Will this not be cool? Will people enjoy this? Will people not enjoy this? And I think that's the longest point, is like the deliberation factor of figuring out what we really want to put out there. We don't want to just put out things that we like. We want to put out things that is going to focus on what a skater would like. So if I had to like put a timeline on it, it would be like thoughts, then it gets the artwork created. From the artwork being created, we make the mock-ups. The mock-ups get printed out, and then from printout to that, we send them over to get printed. From the printer to us, we're looking at probably like a month process to just create all of the designs that you see and then bring them into actual, like a tangible piece of Griptape. Aiden asks, my first ever skateboard used. My first ever skateboard I've ever had was a Chad Muska Shorties board. Alex asked, Mountain Dew Baja Blast or Pitch Black? Well, I've never had Pitch Black, and Baja Blast wins by default because that's the only one I've ever had. But overall, water all the time. John asks, who is my favorite skater and why? Like I said earlier, I don't really like picking favorites, but this is such a good question, I don't want to not answer it. So, as far as a skater I really admire for what they've done, Paul Rodriguez is really good. As far as being a skater, running a business, and still being able to interact and have a life outside of all of that. I think P-Rod was on the top for a period of time, and he's kind of like shifted away from the scene for a little bit. But what a lot of people don't know is P-Rod has contractual things going on. He has a family. He's a skateboarder, and he's trying to still make everyone else in his life happy while still making himself happy. So I think he means the most to me as a skater because he's very well balanced with how he handles all of that, but still can be level-headed too. And I think that's what makes him stand out to me. So, P-Rod. Shane wants to know, how do you make your grip? Do you order it from a company to have it custom made for you? What separates it from Jessup, Mob, etc.? Shane, awesome question. So, the Griptape itself was a long time coming. I mean, trying to figure out grits And what kind of material? Do you want silicone carbide, aluminum oxide? Then you got to figure out sizes. Do you want perforation? Do you not want perforation? All of those things are like a whirlwind inside of your head, especially when you're trying to figure out who is going to manufacture the best grip tape for us. And another obstacle that we had to overcome is we didn't want to go to China. And we also didn't want to go to Taiwan, where other companies manufacture their stuff. So we put ourselves in a really hard position of saying, how can we get an awesome grip that's not going to tear your shoe, but also be made right here in America? We are proud to say we have found somebody, and what you see, and if you've ever rode our grip, that is what it is. We have a grip that's made here. It skates really good. It doesn't tear your shoe. And what sets us apart from those other companies would be it's made here. And secondly is our message behind it. Our goal at the end of the day is to spread a positive, happy, active message. We want skateboarders to be looked at in a positive light. We aren't bad people. We love skateboarding. What we choose to do may be different than what the average person would choose to do for fun. And that's what I'm working my butt off every single day to push that. I want people to see us as we are and not as some derelict or some bad person, because what we choose to do is different than what they choose to do. So that's really what pulls us apart from other companies. Joe asks, what is the next design we might see? All I'm going to say is everything that we're working on right now for summer is going to be incredible. I wish I could really shed some light on it right now, but I'm going to keep it under wraps. But just keep your eyes peeled. It's going to be worth it. Dorian asks, waffle or pancakes? Pancakes if I have the time, waffles if I'm in a hurry. Gnarly Jargon asks, what have you seen or heard down the Dyer Skate Park 12 Star? Just curious, since it's your local park. Love the cloud. The coolest thing I have ever seen and heard of was you 50-50ing down that handrail. But seriously, that's really the only thing I've ever heard or seen go down on it. So congrats to that. Evan asks, where can we get Cloud9 Grip in the UK? If not now, when and where? Evan, first off, I want to say thank you. Your mom reached out to me, and you reach out to me all the time via Instagram and in emails. Right now, the only place that you can get Cloud9 is cloud9griptape.com. We're working on trying to figure out a way to get shipping more affordable to the UK, but I mean, it is what it is. You just kind of got to pull the trigger if you want to get in the UK. We ship all over the world, so it would be so sick to have your support in the UK. But yeah, right now it's just cloud9griptape.com. We ship all over the world. Thank you for all your questions. If you have anything that you felt I didn't answer or want to know more about, leave a comment down below and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Let's get happy.